The world stood on the brink of change in the early 1940s. World War II raged, casting a long shadow across the globe. Yet, in the midst of this conflict, a secret project was born, one that would alter the course of history forever: the Manhattan Project. This massive undertaking, shrouded in secrecy, brought together some of the world's brightest minds. Military leaders and civilian scientists worked side by side, driven by a single, terrifying goal: to unlock the power of the atom and create the most destructive weapon the world had ever seen. The Manhattan Project was a testament to human ingenuity, but also a stark warning about the potential for destruction. Thousands of people were involved, yet few knew the true nature of their work. The project's very existence was a closely guarded secret, hidden from the public and even from most government officials. The weight of the world, it seemed, rested on the shoulders of these scientists and engineers. They raced against time, their work fueled by a mixture of scientific curiosity and the chilling realization of what was at stake. The success of the Manhattan Project would usher in the atomic age, a new era defined by both the promise of scientific advancement and the ever-present threat of nuclear annihilation. The decisions made and the actions taken during those pivotal years continue to shape our world today. The story of the Manhattan Project is a story of scientific discovery, military strategy, and the immense responsibility that comes with wielding unimaginable power. It is a story that continues to resonate, reminding us of the profound consequences of human innovation and the enduring need for peace in a world forever changed by the shadow of the atom bomb. The seeds of the Manhattan Project were sown in the years leading up to World War II. Scientists, many fleeing Nazi persecution in Europe, brought with them a growing understanding of the atom's power. The discovery of nuclear fission in 1938 sent shockwaves through the scientific community, raising the alarming possibility of a weapon with unprecedented destructive force. Among those concerned were physicists Leo Szilard and Albert Einstein, who penned a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1939. This now famous letter warned of Germany's potential to develop an atomic bomb and urged the United States to begin its own research program. Roosevelt, heeding their warning, authorized the creation of the Advisory Committee on Uranium, marking the first step toward the Manhattan Project. The project's name, though seemingly mundane, reflected its initial focus. The Manhattan Engineer District, as it was officially known, was established in 1942 under the command of General Leslie Groves. Its headquarters were located in Manhattan, New York City, chosen for its proximity to key research institutions and industrial centers. As the project expanded, however, its reach extended far beyond the bustling streets of New York. Funding for the Manhattan Project was a closely guarded secret, hidden within the vast wartime budget. Billions of dollars were poured into research, development, and construction of massive facilities across the country. The true cost of the project remained largely unknown to the public, and even to most members of Congress. The government's willingness to invest such vast sums spoke volumes about the perceived threat and the importance placed on winning the race for the atomic bomb. As the Manhattan Project gained momentum, a remote location in the New Mexico desert was chosen for a top-secret laboratory, Los Alamos. This isolated mesa, once home to a small boarding school, would become the epicenter of the project's most critical work, designing and building the atomic bomb. Los Alamos was more than just a laboratory. It was a secret city, hidden from the outside world. Thousands of people, from renowned scientists to skilled technicians, were recruited to work on this unprecedented project. They lived and worked in a tightly controlled environment, their movements restricted, their communications monitored. Life at Los Alamos was challenging, marked by long hours, demanding work, and the constant pressure of secrecy. Families lived in hastily constructed housing, separated from loved ones who remained unaware of their whereabouts. Yet, despite the challenges, a strong sense of community developed at Los Alamos. The shared purpose, the camaraderie forged in the face of a common goal, and the knowledge that they were working on something truly extraordinary bound the residents of this secret city together. At the heart of Los Alamos was a brilliant but enigmatic physicist, Robert Oppenheimer, who served as the laboratory's scientific director. Oppenheimer, a charismatic and complex figure, oversaw a team of brilliant minds, including Enrico Fermi, Niels Bohr, and Richard Feynman. Together they grappled with the complexities of nuclear physics, pushing the boundaries of scientific knowledge in their quest to unlock the atom's secrets. Section 4 Ticking Clock, the race for fission. The scientists at Los Alamos faced a daunting task to design and build an atomic bomb in complete secrecy and under immense pressure. Time was of the essence, as intelligence reports suggested that Germany was making progress on its own nuclear program. The race for the atomic bomb was on, and the stakes could not have been higher. Two main approaches to building an atomic bomb emerged: the uranium bomb and the plutonium bomb. The uranium bomb, relying on the rare isotope uranium-235, proved to be a significant technical challenge. Separating enough uranium-235 for a bomb required massive industrial facilities, such as the sprawling complex at Oak Ridge, Tennessee. The plutonium bomb, while theoretically simpler, presented its own set of obstacles. Plutonium, a man-made element, had to be produced in nuclear reactors, such as those built at Hanford, Washington. The race to develop both types of bombs proceeded in parallel, with each presenting its own unique scientific and engineering hurdles. As the project progressed, the scientists at Los Alamos made significant breakthroughs but also encountered setbacks and unforeseen challenges. The work was dangerous, the science complex, and the pressure immense. Yet, driven by a sense of urgency and the knowledge that their work could determine the outcome of the war, the scientists persevered, their collective efforts pushing them closer to the day when the power of the atom would be unleashed. Section 5. Trinity, the dawn of a new age. The culmination of years of research and development arrived on July 16, 1945, in the desolate landscape of the New Mexico desert. Here, at a remote site codenamed Trinity, the world's first atomic bomb test was about to take place. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation, anxiety, and a sense of awe at the sheer magnitude of what they were about to unleash. Atop a steel tower, a plutonium bomb nicknamed Gadget stood ready. The scientists and military observers gathered at a safe distance, their eyes fixed on the device that held the power to reshape the world. As the countdown reached zero, a blinding flash illuminated the pre-dawn darkness, followed by an ear-splitting roar that reverberated across the desert. The explosion was unlike anything ever witnessed before. A massive mushroom cloud, towering tens of thousands of feet into the air, marked the arrival of the atomic age. The desert floor, once sand and scrub, was transformed into a sea of molten glass. The sheer power of the blast stunned even the scientists who had dedicated years to its creation. In the aftermath of the Trinity test, a mix of emotions washed over those who had borne witness. Relief, mingled with apprehension, filled the air. The bomb had worked, exceeding even their expectations. The world would never be the same. Robert Oppenheimer, reflecting on the test, famously quoted from the Hindu scripture, "The Bhagavad Gita, 'Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.'" Section 6. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the bomb's devastating power. Just weeks after the Trinity test, the world witnessed the devastating consequences of atomic warfare firsthand. On August 6, 1945, a uranium bomb nicknamed Little Boy was dropped on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. The bomb, detonating with the force of approximately 15,000 tons of TNT, instantly obliterated everything within a 2-mile radius. Buildings were reduced to rubble, streets transformed into fiery chasms. Tens of thousands of people perished in the initial blast, while countless others succumbed to burns, radiation sickness, and the long-term effects of fallout in the days, weeks, and years that followed. The world reeled in horror at the unprecedented scale of destruction. 3 days later, on August 9, 1945, a second atomic bomb, a plutonium bomb nicknamed Fat Man, was dropped on the Japanese city of Nagasaki. The devastation mirrored that of Hiroshima, with tens of thousands more lives lost, and an entire city left in ruins. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki marked a turning point in human history, forever etching the horrors of atomic warfare into the world's collective memory. The use of atomic bombs on Japan remains a subject of intense debate and controversy. Proponents argue that the bombings were necessary to end World War II and save lives in the long run, while critics condemn the attacks as morally reprehensible acts of terror that unleashed unimaginable suffering upon innocent civilians.